YouTube, I went 16-0 with new TELLARknights. At this point I made so many TELLARknight videos, it's not new at all. With top tier TELLARknights, best deck, let's go. So it was the end of the month. I always keep my cog for the end of the month, so I get the best replays for you guys, you know. For that reason, you want to play in Legend and not in COG, because you know people are more memeing more than in Legend. So for that reason, I forgot until the last day. So I was in my try hard mode, and I was like, fuck it, I'ma pick TELLARknights up and hopefully reach King of Games. Unfortunately, I didn't do so in time because I lost. To a 30 card Harpy, which went first, and so Light Imprisoning Mirror. So yeah, that's why I didn't hit King of Games. But this is the list that I went for. I think it speaks for itself. 3 Deneb. I like 3 Altair. I like having follow-up, you know. You can make a Saki version without with only 2 Altair, but I don't know, I like it much more like this. Then I decided to play 1 more Eunuch for consistency and 1 Skybridge for consistency. Also not the worst target for Deidre. 1 Vegan is pretty standard. 1 Reborn, actually, yeah, also nice target for Deidre. Also it gives you, it can be a nice, you know, follow-up. You revive Altair into the Neb, and then, you know, you have full combo, 1 monster, 1 Trevor from all of that, you know, just 1 Reborn. Then the classic back row 3 Book of Moon, and this is a pretty not classic back row. We have 2 Floodgate, we have 1 Oasis, we have 1 Fiendish, 1 Zing, and 2 Alpha. Why those decisions, you may ask? Well, I wanted to play a couple of different continuous traps which can be bounced by the Trevor, so we can reuse them, and those are basically the best continuous traps. This locks the monster, this locks the back row, and this just enables us, you know, to gain more resources and to keep grinding the opponent. So yeah, I'm not sure if this is my optimal list, you know. I'm not gonna put optimal in the title because I'm not sure yet what would my optimal list be, because first of all, I'm not experimenting that much with TELLARknights anymore, as I don't have that much time, you know. I'm trying out new stuff, I'm trying out new decks and stuff, so I don't have as much time to find my exact optimal list. So yeah, this did feel pretty nice, you know. I did got 16-0. No matter how bad the ladder is, you know, you still have to do something, you know. You're still gonna face Phantom Knights, Harpies, and all those shenanigans on the ladder. But yeah, this was my list. I had very much fun with the deck. The deck did feel fairly consistent and fairly powerful when I got to do my thing, which was like almost every duel. So yeah, this is the extra deck that I went for. I went with 3 Batlamas. Did I ever use all 3 Batlamas? Probably not, I don't think so. I do think you need 2 Trevor, yeah, definitely. I do think you need 1 Deltros, which is pretty nice. Diamond Dyer, I don't think I ever went with Diamond. Actually, I did. I did need to use Diamond Dyer against Harpies to get rid of their Light Imprisoning Mirror. I should have won that game, actually. But yeah, that's the extra deck. You do have 2 slots, extra deck slots to to you know, to pick for yourself. The third Batlamis is optional, and Diamond Direwolf, I guess you can choose to play anything, you know, something else. But yeah, that's the deck list. Pretty standard, I would say, deck list. I would say you should aim for something like this at the moment. I'm not sure if this would be, like I said, my optimal list. I'm gonna be still optimizing further, and of course we don't even know what the meta is. You know, new decks coming out so fast. Like compared to Master Duel, we have so much new stuff going on all the time, new formats. KC Cup is around the corner, you know, so having a one optimal list is very hard to find, you know. So yeah, especially for decks like this where you don't have one specific you know, linear board that you set up and that's it. But basically, now it is time to duel. So the thing is, I don't have many replays saved, because I wasn't really expecting, you know, to make a TELLARknight video. You know, I have so many TELLARknight videos. I guess I didn't make this kind of build for TELLARknights yet, so I might as well put it out, which is pretty nice. But the thing is that, yeah, I wasn't really expecting to make a TELLARknight video. It more so happened, you know, because I got the nice win streak. So yeah, let's see. I guess I can explain more, I can talk more. So the thing is, the Neb set 3 is amazing, especially if you have an alpha, which we do not. I decided to have 1 Oasis and 2 Disruptions. Also, we can go for 1500 to, you know, play around Deidra. He has an MSD. Okay, pops are Oasis. Okay, so it's Magnets. Against Magnets, the best thing to do is usually, actually, I guess it depends. A lot of times it can be nice to Trigger, because you can yoink their Berserkian from the hand, and that's basically GG. But a lot of times they also have revives that stick on the board, and bouncing back their monsters, usually, you know, you don't have that good grind game with just, you know, bouncing the board with Trevor. Especially you want to play around Destiny draws, so you can't, you know, just keep swinging every turn on their empty board. So for that reason, I do think Deltros is a lot of times the correct option. So let's see. We decided to book here his beta. Was that a good decision or not? I'm not sure. We decided to book it because we can potentially go for game if that's a super team set, you know, and if he doesn't have any more back row, you know, live like disruptions. And also the thing is, you want to usually, if you have an oppressive deck, which our deck isn't, but usually you do want to flip their monsters so they can't tag out. If you're playing Phantom Knights, you definitely book them here, so you can then start popping their back row, then get rid of their monsters, and then, you know, potentially OTK. While if he was face up during your turn, that means he can start floating, and then he can also keep floating with their back row, you know, which can help them out a lot. So let's see. I think we decided to... the thing is, I was very impatient, you know. The King of Games run was very fast. I needed to get to the King of Games very fast. So I decided to, you know, be as oppressive as possible, you know, not stall at all, just go all in. Don't overthink it, just go for it. And I just went with the Deltros, trying to, you know, pop the beta and try to go for lethal. Of course, he did have powerful rebirth, which was unfortunate. But okay. Also, the thing is, if we went with the... As you can see, he did have both, but if we went with the Trevor, the bad thing would be we can't really attack. So what did we achieve from bouncing his board? He gets more resources out of that, you know. Only thing would be to yoink his Berserkian from the hand, but the chance is really good for that. So for that reason, bouncing the board with Trevor here was not the good option, you know. The other good was maybe to start popping the back row, but if you pop the super team, you know, you don't get much out of it, you know, because it floats. But yeah, here we have to floodgate, I feel. Maybe we could have also fiendish chain it and then floodgate later. Decided to fiendish chain here because we know he has a Berserkian in the hand and he still has a normal summon left. So if we didn't do that, he would potentially, you know, have two beaters for us to handle, like a Gorgonic Guardian and the Berserkian, which would kind of be bad for us. Also, I think Fiendish Chain could be reused here, which was pretty nice. So here is a play that not many people would think of. You can destroy your Deltros, and then your Deltros floats, we can float into the Deneb, we can then go into Altair, revive the Deneb back, we can go into the Trevor now, and now we have much better chances of yoinking his Berserkian. Unfortunately, we hit the worst card, I feel. Like, the best card would be Berserkian, and then Powerful Rebirth, and then, you know, of course, the Beta. Because, yeah, he can revive it, okay, and he can still go with the Berserkian now. He can try to pop, we can Fiendish Chain now. And he scoops. As you can see, we managed to control the game pretty well. The thing is, when you know the matchups and when you know how to play against them, you can make them winning for yourself, you know, especially with a deck like Tellarknight, which is so complex, I would say, and you know, plays you want to go, balancing resources, being fast but also being fairly slow, you know. You don't want to, you know, just blindly swing in like I do sometimes. But yeah, pretty nice replay, I would say. Also, I decided to switch to Destiny Draw, to try out Destiny Draw, because I do feel like Tellarknights can struggle. I mean, that is also, you know, pros and cons to Destiny Draw, pros and cons to Mindscan. I do feel like I would make it much faster for myself if I had the Mindscan to play around the back row better. But yeah, what can you do? I played Destiny Draw and it felt pretty nice as well. I would say Destiny Draw would potentially be more competitive, but on the ladder, you know, you sometimes want to read on their back row more than having the option to stall. So yeah, I didn't really rely on the Destiny Draw much, I would say. I mean, I relied, you know, a bit, I guess. Okay, so he has the Screw Serpent and he has the Warwolf. Also, the thing we could have done is discarded the Altair, so we can revive the Altair with Oasis, revive Altair, revive the Neb, grab a Search. But okay, let's see. Okay, let's see what he has. He can go into Star Guardian, he can go into Catapult Dragon. So I assumed he would go for Quarian here, because that's the best option to go with, because our monster floats. And banishing our monsters is pretty nice for him, of course. Okay, we can go into the Vegan. Why we want to do that is because we want to set up as much, you know, monsters on the field as possible, because the thing is, TGs don't really have that good grind game, but they have an amazing OTK game, you know. So for that reason, this is the, you know, the best thing to do, I would say. And especially because we knew we had the Deneb beneath the Trevor. We can also search for another Altair for next turn. He of course has, without using the skill, he's the real life Antinomy, or Bruno if you prefer. He opened Striker, Catapult Dragon, Screw Serpent, and Warwolf. You know, must be nice. So the thing we have to do now is go into the Trevor, because his Quarian floats, this Warwolf dude floats, and in this way he's at, you know, not many resources left. Of course he does have a skill, And as you will see right now, he just top decked Screw Serpent. My man said I am the Bruno. Who needs flight control, bro? My man is the Bruno. He can potentially go for another Aquarian. We have to book here, I would say. And let's see. We can start, you know. This was very annoying. Like, I was pissed as fuck. I was already behind in time, you know. And then my man is opening goated. And then my man is also top decking goated. Must be nice. Okay, so we can floodgate here. He now has to use neutral. Maybe I shouldn't have gone for the floodgate here. Maybe I should have waited for the synchro. Now that I think about it, was it a better thing to do? I'm not sure. Potentially. The bad thing for us is he also had the played the Meteor Burst Dragon. Like, what the fuck, man? So he can destroy our dudes, so we have to rely on the top deck now. And we top deck. I am Yugi myself. I top deck Monster Reborn. Top deck into the Altair, into the Deneb. Have the full combo. Go search the Eunuch, so we, you know, don't top deck it. We can also normal summon it, send the Deneb to thin out the deck. Maybe thinning out the deck wasn't the best thing to do here, but okay. We can Deltros pop. Okay, so this is the play. You want to Deltros pop and swing into the Meteor Burst. We float and swing for game. That was a pretty nice duel, epic duel actually. Got carried there with the Monster Reborn, but we take those. Okay, let's see. Harpies. Harpies is a matchup where I feel like if we go first, we win, basically. And if you go first with the Neb set 3, you do win. With this hand, bro, you win. Like, there's nothing he can do, basically. Especially because Zing kills so many decks, you know. Like, okay, we don't even have to flip, you know, here. He Forbidden Lances my monster, which we take those. That we allow him to destroy, great for us because we get the float back and we can potentially OTK, probably not. Definitely not. But what we can do is go for an Exceed. I Exceed summon. Come forth, Deltros. And the good thing for us is he can't set 3 next turn. He can at best set 2 because he has the Hysteric Sign, and then we can lock both of the back row, which is pretty nice. He can go into this, we can now Floodgate. He goes for the Monster Reborn, must be nice. We do not care, we will book it anyways, and that's gonna be game. So the thing is, against Harpies, you can very easily control the board with the back row, especially Floodgate is so good. And also Alpha is can be amazing against, like if they activate Channeler and then you Alpha negate them, you know, it's GG basically. Especially if you have the Neb. The Neb plus Alpha against Harpies is so good. Also if they go with Perfumer, you just negate their summon. You know, it's a summon monster, it gets negated, destroyed. We got the search from the Deneb for the Altair, and then we also get a draw from the negate, and basically his turn ends, you know, because Harpies rely on their normal summon. So yeah, we can also now go in. We don't even have to Exceed here, I guess. Yeah, we can just swing in for game. So yeah, pretty not the best showcase, you know, because the Harpy player bricked and played terribly with the lens. I don't know what the fuck was that. Probably misclick. But yeah, I still at least a decent showcase that how oppressive Tellarknights can be and how decent actually they can be against Harpies, I would say. Okay, and the last duel, let's see. Something spicy. Okay, so I'm telling you, the Neb set 3 best deck. Let's go. Yeah, this is a standard. You search for a prismatic Altair. I specify it has to be a prismatic one. The thing is, against Fire Kings we have an amazing matchup because first of all we can bounce their whole board with Trevor, you know, so we have non-destruction removal, and second of all we have Alpha Negate, which can be, you know, amazing against hand traps and stuff. Maybe I should have waited with the Alpha, maybe that was my misplay. But I felt like that was so good to do, you know, I don't know. This is he banishes with the dude, with the Agni Mazud. The good thing for us is he gave us Destiny Draw, so we don't care. Have the Sky Bridge. Go for game potentially here with Vegan into Altair. So in this way we do have a lot of oppressive options, as you can see. We can control the game, but we can be also very oppressive early on, especially because a lot of decks will just fall down to Alpha or Omni Negate basically, you know. We can go into the Deltros, pop his monster, and even if he has hand traps, you know, we can play around Destiny Draw. And the thing is, what can he draw into that will save him here? You know, there's not a card that can technically, that can, you know, help him out here. We of course he did spend a lot of resources, but we did also help him to spend the resources with popping the airfield spell with the negate. So yeah, that's gonna be it. Hopefully you enjoyed the video. Like I said, I wasn't really planning making Tellarknight's video, but I think it's actually a great thing, because, like I said, I do have a Neos version, but I do think something like this would probably be optimal. I'm not still sure, of course, but I think if I was to recommend a version, a build of Tellarknights right now, I would probably recommend this version. So it's great to have it to the YouTubes. So yeah, that said, that's gonna be it. See you in the next one. Bye.